Whispers of thought in a quiet stream, tracing time through every theme. Stories unfold with gentle grace, exploring minds, a timeless space. Welcome to where ideas gleam. Whispers of thought in a quiet stream, tracing time through every theme. Stories unfold with gentle grace, exploring minds, a timeless space. Welcome to where ideas gleam.
Yeah, good morning, finally. This weekend, a funny thing that came into my mind. One of the problems that we face through in today's world is something called as a group WhatsApp chat. It really gives me a funny feeling how to survive through such group chats, whether it's a general struggle or it's just a nuisance that is slowly but steadily crept into our life. And there is a general struggle in this. It feels like a community builder, and most of the cases it's a necessary evil. Feels like it's a community garden where everyone is planting their different seeds, but most of them that is coming out are in the form of weeds. You'll see different kind of characters in such a scenario. There's a great guy called Good Morning Guy. That Good Morning Guy is nothing but a human alarm clock. Nobody has set, but desperately ensuring sun is still shining every morning in front of us in this gloomy daily day also. In the groups that I am being forced into, there's a guy called Ghost Machine. He does that keeps silent most of the time, keeps watching every message though, and if you go to the details of your messaging, you will see that the guy has watched all the drama that is unfolding in the group, but staying in the shadow without leaving any fingerprint whatsoever. And there are some people who are oversharers. They treat the group chat like a live, unedited TV reality show, staring at everyone else and making them starring themselves. And they think themselves as the debate lord. Okay, there is no on-off switch. Now these debate lords are these guys, who turns a friendly game of checkers into a high-stake chessboard every time they are getting into a communication, and then they ultimately end up throwing flames. And some of the time you see some of these all reply guys are very supportive. Usually, they're these studio audiences of the Kapil Sharma shows and all, where isn't it funny, like constantly providing a canned laugh track across the way in a Kapil Sharma show. These guys are those guys who gives reply to every chat that comes on the board and give some emoticons. So in this WhatsApp group things, and most of the groups which are non-functional, which are just social annoyance, there is most of you must have gone through. You wait for some time and then you end up muting it. Muting button is actually a lifeguard for us. You grab it the moment you realize the ship is sinking and in a sea where there is no notifications. So what you do, basically mute it off, and therefore you stay at peace. Some people are also in the business of sending voice notes. Voice note is like someone who is dumping a bag of loose jumbled thoughts at your feet, expecting you to assemble the entire puzzle, and thereby disseminate a message that is coming through you. And then in a corporate group specifically, where you see 47 identical congratulations messages coming from 200 people, and 25 birthday wishes coming through people who never interact each other or never say good morning to each other when they come across in physical presence. They are the ones who will say congratulations and happy birthday messages in the group. That's again looks a little, crazy. It is usually well intentioned, but mindless digital chorus basically, where everyone feels obliged to, kick at the same time. Sometimes this, group kicking, extravaganza, it feels like a vague booking of group chats. It's an emotional fishing, but there is no bait. Uh, Casting a line into the pond and hoping someone will bother to bite. The chaos of trying to plan a simple event into a comical scenario, just like herding cats through a maze while everyone suggests a different better maze. And I was just thinking, is the mute button actually the greatest invention by WhatsApp? Muting is basically a digital equivalent for me. Putting the entire conversation in a soundproof box, in a sound recording studio. It's still happening, but in the hindsight you are enjoying this piece. And then there are some people who will silently overnight and at the mid of night they'll be leaving the group chats. It's a tactical extraction. Sometimes they are thrown out. Sometimes they decide to leave themselves. The ultimate goal for me is vanish without a trace, leaving the other members to wonder if you are ever really there, actually. Is a social equivalent of claiming you are in a temporary coma. A blameless, unverifiable digital alibi, in a true sense. I remember being in my social group with my alumni from my institution. Sometimes you need to drop a nuclear weapon and scream the fire, because in a crowded theater nobody is whispering. You feel that the chat has finally died. So it's a quiet scenario, but there's a beautiful piece, but it looks like a ghost town after a long and chaotic gold rush that happens when the group was formed. Now, if you look at this, these dynamics that you see usually in different group chats of different types, different subject matters, different participants, for me they actually reflect real life anxieties. Group chat is just like, if you look at it from a distant perspective, it's like a fun house mirror, reflecting and distorting our real world personalities, and also quite openly shows our insecurities that we breed inside us. For me, it's a masterclass in patience, and surviving to a group chat is a crash course in building emotional levees against a constant flood of triviality that is anyways bombarding our life. But is it at all worth it? As we talk about it this weekend in this mind mining, just think about it. Is it at all worth it? It's like a noisy, overcrowded marketplace. You endure the chaos for that one perfect, genuine find. And most of the time, these group chats, they never lead to any direction. I'm having quite a few in my mobile, in my WhatsApp. But I thought I'll share this typical scenario that I'm going through, and I felt it is important that I raise this concern, raise this interesting point of survival to all of you, as we are all rejuvenating for the week to start, the work week to start for all of us. Do not forget to share how you liked it by your comments. We'll be eagerly waiting. Thank you so much.
Whispers of thought in a quiet stream, tracing time through every theme. Stories unfold with gentle grace, exploring minds, a timeless space. Welcome to where ideas gleam. Hours of thought in a quiet stream, tracing time through every theme. Stories unfold with gentle grace, exploring minds, a timeless space. Welcome to where ideas gleam.